from the City and Guilds of London Institute in 1986, a qualification equivalent to a higher diploma. His academic aspirations continued to grow, and in 1991, he earned a postgraduate diploma in technical education from the River State University of Science and Technology. Professor Udan later began his journey to becoming a registered engineer at the University of Port Harcourt, where he obtained a Bachelor of Engineering in Electrical and Electronics Engineering in 1996. He went on to earn a master's degree in Electrical Power Systems Engineering from the same university in 2014. His educational journey culminated in a Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Power Systems Engineering from Enugu State University of Science and Technology in 2009. Professor Ndak's career exemplifies the seamless integration of academic rigor and practical industrial expertise. He gained extensive experience in Nigeria's oil and gas sector as well as internationally, notably through more than 2 decades at ExxonMobil. During this period, he held various technical and supervisory roles. While abroad, he completed a one-year program as a senior electrical commissioning engineer, specializing in high voltage systems at Texas State Technical College, WACO, USA. He earned a diploma in high voltage systems in 2004. These roles significantly enhanced his practical knowledge of high voltage power systems, oil field operations, and industrial energy management. Professor Ndak's academic leadership and research contributions are remarkable. He is currently the head of the Department of Electrical and Electronic Engineering at Veritas University, Abuja. His research interests are broad and impactful, with over 60 publications to his name. Beyond his academic and industrial engagement, Professor Ndak is a fellow at FNLT and a registered engineer at COREN. Professor Ndak's life is anchored in principles of discipline, diligence, and service to humanity. His devotion extends to his personal and community life. He is a family man, happily married and blessed with children.
You agree with me that that was a rich citation? We will now pass the microphone to our guest lecturer and presenter, Professor Idan Basi Idan, for his presentation. A round of applause for him.
Distinguished guests, the Director General of this esteemed agency, Rural Raw Materials Rural Development Council. Indeed, an honor and privilege to stand before you this morning to present this paper that is titled Leveraging Technology, IoT, Artificial Intelligence, and Blockchain Technology to facilitate resource management, blockchain resource management. We all know that Raw Material Development Council, this agency, is the pivotal agency in Nigeria. Whatever we are suffering today now, depending on people to give us raw materials, to produce tires, to produce chocolates, we have them here. But what is happening to Nigeria today? We produce at a cheaper rate, we sell to other countries cheaper than what we have here, but we sell to our people at a higher rate. That one in law, it is called dumping. Dumping is when you produce something, you sell to your people in a very higher cost. For instance, where I come from, you have to produce garlic, we are number one in Cross River State. But people sell it to Cameroon. So at the time we need to stand at the border so that garlic should be enough for our people to consume. But they still smuggle across the border and bribe the gendarmes and take this guy out. Then they will more than the guy. You see, bring back trade by barter. Give up Gary, some of them will give you wine. But the wine they are giving you is cheaper than the tons of Gary they are giving you. So today's lecture will be centered on the challenges we are facing. What are the challenges? Why are we here? How are we going to improve so that Nigeria will be better than where we are today? So we'll start with our outline. The outline will start with over surplus management, Internet of Things. We'll tell ourselves what is Internet of Things. Why do we need it? The challenges in Nigerian law, let's say that way. Application of blockchain in supply chain resource management, and also of successful countries, companies in Nigeria that has applied this technology to achieve Nigeria's industrial growth depends on efficient raw materials, supply chain. What are the challenges? Fragmentation, poor logistics, lack of transparency, emerging technologies. So when we talk of challenges, fragmentation, there is no flow of information from the source to the destination. How? You have a good database. You have a mandate. The functions of this raw materials research development council. You have it, which you call function. About 8 you have. Have you been able to achieve A1? If yes, you have a database on it where somebody can go there and see the achievements. We will see all the effort put in place by the director here. We go in, we read. We partner with a lot of people, collaboration. What about this? The raw material developed by University of Abuja, Nile University, Base University, Veritas University, that has been financed. Every year we turn out graduates with projects. They use ChatGPT to write their projects. They come out with a lot of things. Have you come out with a policy that says, give me the best graduating student of the department? Come out and showcase what you have achieved. It's not to go and write and get A1 and get first class. Let us see that innovation that takes place. So, supply chain management, as we say, is effective coordination and utilization of supply chain assets management. The flow of the product, services, and finances from suppliers to customers. Whatever you are doing here, if what is produced from the source is not preserved, there's no security. For instance, a truck driver from Benue Boko is transporting 20 tons of cement. You say like Ogoja or Calabar, throw that around. Is there any way you can track, monitor to see where this driver is getting to? From Boko to Calabar is about 450 kilometers. Let's say it's traveling at the rate of 60 kilometers per hour. You divide that 460 by 60. So if you take about 7 hours to get it, everything being equal. You give drivers 8 hours, 9 hours. By the time you use your phone to call, no network. When you finally call, where are you? I'm at Kasala. Why? You have spent 6 hours. What happened? Say the road is rough. But the true position is that this driver stopped over, called his colleagues in crime. They do what they call refilling. Do we all know what is called refilling of cement? A bag of cement is 50 kg and it's carrying about 1,000. He will stop over and call his friends. They remove this. 10 kg will be removed from each bag and replaced with ash, the products of burning wood. They take around 10 kg and mix with the cement. Use very good tape and gum and to get the same 50 kg. That's refilling. And you see the box. Out of 1,000 bags, they will succeed at that junction. They remove like 300 and remove 10 kg each. And they do it in the night. That is why some of them like moving in the night. They say night journey because there will be no trouble. They will stop over and refill. So modern technology will track it. I will tell you where modern technology will track this. What about tanker drivers? As you are driving from Port Harcourt down to the north, each tanker has about 4 to 5 compartments. Say about 5,000 liters per compartment, and you are going with 33,000 liters. You know, you see people coming out with 50 kilograms and 50 liters of jerry cans. It's an important sport. Because when you want to know the quantity, you use a gypsy. You climb up with, you provide ladder and dip. By the time you dip, you want to know the length, the height, which is calibrated in liters. 2 liters will be short to add water. That's why it's on the stations. You see the fuel is wrong. It's water that is added to get the same level, the same height. Because at the destination, I used to sell petrol in those days for my uncle. What we do, we climb up. You climb up, you dip. So we use water to provide. So how can you track? So that is where technology now comes in. So we have weak logistics and infrastructure, data scarcity, lack of visibility, corruption, and poor transparency, limited digital policy framework. These are all the problems that are facing us. What happened to the Chinese in Port Harcourt? We are having raw materials from Cross River State, rubber plantation everywhere. Pijot, assembly plant in Kabila, textile industry. What happened to them? Why did they leave? Where are our raw materials? Made in Nigeria is not what we are patronizing. We would like to make it in Senegalese. The way now Senegalese wears are better than Nigerian wears. What the land you produce in Nigeria, you go and take it in another lady, stamp on it, you buy it. So patriotism. Look out there. Just a truck away. You can track it. Throw GPS. If you want to travel now, you can tell your son, go to Google Map. Anywhere, live tracking, your child can tell you, I'm not at Makurdi. We have arrived there, so I'm seeing you from here. You see the vehicle move. That's what I do to my son every time he's traveling. All the information is being measured, and that means is there. Before you go to the destination, the warehouse, they know if it is stamped, anything is stamped, will track it from here. This is supply chain. It is the efficient management of all the resources required for supply chain management. The goal of this is to help the entire system achieve operational efficiency at the lowest practicable cost. Opportunities for transformation. Expanding broadband and IoT connectivity. Every department should have access to internet. Free internet. You provide password. The department or the head of the unit will tell others the password only for the sake of doing your job. What is blockchain? You get it. You have 4 the human resources, the material resources, technological resources, and financial resources. They all work together. If you live in this estate agency, these things are in place. Human resources, people sitting here, material resources, and we provided laptops and everything to do your work very well. This is smart work. We are ahead of so many. For somebody to provide this now, it means the head of this place maybe is training abroad. You bring what you are seeing now here. People are still protected. We have gone 10 years ahead of so many. Reactive and proactive. Do you wait for an event to occur, then you take action, or you allow it to get beyond repairs, then you replace? You are reactive. But if you are proactive, you plan ahead based on what you have seen behind. We call it like in preventive maintenance. For those working in the industry, we have 3 types of maintenance. We have preventive maintenance, breakdown maintenance, active. An electric motor that has been working for the past 6 months, after some time, the bearings are failing. For how often do you shut down the plant, carry out repairs, grease it, change the bearing? We do it monthly. The way I was working somewhere, we do it monthly. Sometimes weekly. While there's another one, we call it run to failure, meaning don't need to repair. The cost of repairing is higher than to replace it. So keep on firing. After 6 months, we'll change it. That's another philosophy. Policy framework. Establish sharing policy for raw materials. Create digital supply chain standards under RMRC. Provide incentives for companies adopting smart systems. This is a smart system. You don't use pen to write anything. People producing chalk pen, they are nowhere in the market. The job is taken. The Internet of Things. What is Internet of Things? That's one of the things recommended. It's a digital tool. A digital tool. It refers to a network of interconnected physical devices. All these wireless devices. You can to pump water. You can use your remote control to close your door. You can use your remote control to open your gate. You don't need now to employ a security man. As you are coming by motion, the door is opening for you. You have smart ID cards. By the time you want to enter anywhere, take your ID card. is open. You can use this to track transportation of goods. Anywhere you are going, there are transponders in front of the vehicle with chips. Radio frequency identification, RFID. It's one of these. It will be sending signals as you are coming. Where is that going from? Who is approaching nobody? No. How do you know? I say I'm telling you. You will be there in the next 10 minutes before you know it's there. You say that man at you. It's not so. In the digital tool we are using now. So the role of IoT supply chain, smart sensors for location. They will tell you where you are. Temperature, you can even use it to monitor your housemate. What do you mean? CCTV camera. You have a little child at home. You prepare a quantity of milk. The house mate is taking the whole milk and is giving only water to the newborn baby. It happens. Anytime you come back, the child is crying. You can put everything in the house and track what is happening. By the time you advise them, you see how they're living. So real-time tracking, look at what is happening there. Anywhere you are, they use it in warfare. You can use it to check your transportation. 1987, what happened? Americans were able to track Gaddafi, Ronald Reagan. Instead of him, he struck the child. Took a photograph and said, this is when you are taking your bath, naked. We don't want to be very careful. As an activity, this technology is coming. Look at the internet. Since 1967, the internet was coming. They were using it for work. But when Russia went in and got theirs, they said, we got it before you. It's not a big deal. So computing and hiding technology. Nobody will give you technology. You go for it. This is for money. The condition of cocoa seedlings from income in Cross River State going to Ondo can monitor it. Anywhere you are, by moisture, content, temperature, it will be getting information back to you. Please, you better go to the destination on time. That cocoa is going to get spoiled before you get to your destination. How do you know? I get it by sensors. Predictive maintenance, the one I was telling you. Can use it to tell you when your generator is going to fail. You better change the energy oil. I don't need to go there and see the quality of the oil. My IoT, I will tell you, go and change this oil. Artificial intelligence. What is actually artificial intelligence? Or I'm still telling you, the brain power is superior to it. Artificial intelligence is learning from you over the years. And I take my name now, Dr. Ngamasi, Ngamasi. He will tell you everything about myself, but it's not what I'm very accurate. It's what people wrote about me. It's not my information. But tell you what I want you to know. So it's artificial. But it's helping us. It's making us to work lesser. Like the number of staff here, if you apply intelligence, that is artificial. You never let people to work in their business. So many factories have lost their job because of artificial intelligence. Any data, no matter how it is, will give you grab in bar chart and you are there. Track the vehicle. Look at the vehicle moving there. You can track it. Yeah, stop somewhere. Let us see what is abuse. Zoom in. 10 people are there with 50 liters of oil. They are taking it. Let him come back and tell you the lies. You say, my friend, you have tampered with the quality of that petrol. You say, no, he's wearing anything he knows. They have done something. Look at them. Can track it. Or logistics. If you say, pass through this and drop your manifest, that those companies that are registered for transportation say, when you get to Ondo Akure, drop this manifest. They will not know that you have arrived. You can monitor them from there. That's allowed. That is in the fact. Look at robot doing the work. 3 people in the factory now, you have only 3. Even in spraying your car, you don't even need somebody to spray paint. No, do the work. They do the counting. They spray it and push it out. And the raw materials, when they are spoiled, you tell them, say, no, this is not good. No, the robot is doing the work for you. Look at it. I can teach you. That's blockchain. In blockchain technology, the generated information is accessible to all. Show transparency. Whatever you are doing as secret is no more secret. Nobody can touch it. The information stored there is well secure. It's a digital ledger. So you need it in everything you are doing. Like where I work last, we have what we call DOAG, Delegation of Authority Guide. If you cannot approve $10,000, we escalate it to $15,000. If I cannot approve $20,000, the next manager will approve in each call center. So, but now if you use blockchain technology, what are you going to do? Approving, everybody is aware. They are paying one salary tomorrow, I can see it here. Everybody will know when they are paying, when they sign the last block. Blockchain notes. You can see that young man, he's a cocoa farmer. Whatever he's sending, 10 tons of cocoa seedling, the information is received, stored there. The end user, the man that has deposited the 10 million naira, this thing has moved. He knows the quantity, the temperature, and whatever is happening as it's moving, and you can't touch it. What the man that sold it, and the man that bought it, and the man that is transporting it, they have access to it. That's the application. You can trace it. Say, look, you can trace it. For contract, you don't need to say come to my office and sign. No, everything is automated. Once it is delivered, you scan, the account is credited. You don't need to say, guy is not around, it's coming by 11 o'clock. No, digital signature is there. Once all the parameters are okay, the signature is already in the slip. Look at the chain there. Compliance. Everybody is involved. Not one man show. Everybody is involved. With this, tell me where information is hidden. It's secure. And now you can use this AI technology to even forecast when Naira is going to fall again. You can use it to tell when rainfall is coming again in Buhari, in Maitama. It is in the system. I will tell you everything on forecast. This is case studies of some people. In Kenya, farmers use IoT, Internet of Things, soil sensors, and blockchain-based traceability to ensure fair trade and product quality. This is post-harvest issue by 30%. You see what Dangote also, Dangote is using it. And this is going about 30%. This is the mining sector in Ghana. Blockchain was used to track artisanal gold. Extraction to export, ensuring ethical sourcing and reducing illegal mining operations. So, the this is the time we should live from traditional to technological approach. If we must optimize, maximize, and minimize costs. Application of AI in Nigeria's cement industry. That's our goal. AI-powered predictive maintenance in cement plant, example, Dangote Group. Improvement in equipment uptime by 15%, lowering operational costs. If you use artificial intelligence to predict when a gas turbine that is generating electricity will fail you, we have what we call parameters. The lubrication oil, the fuel gas filter, temperature controller, combustion chamber lining, and pilot gas valves. Before you generate the electricity, 3 parameters must be involved. Motion, something must rotate. The wires come stator and magnetic field produced by the permanent magnet generator. So you take their maximum and feed it into the computer system. You will be predicting when the permanent magnet is going to lose its residual magnetism, when the oil is due, so that the turbine efficiency, which we call thermal efficiency, is about 33%, will be improved. You will tell me, say, shut it down after 6,000 hours of operation. If not so, you won't get anything. So Dangote is using it and is making gain. It's ahead. So this is polishing suggestion. What are we going to do? We must enact a national supply chain digitization policy in this raw materials research development and also integrate AI and ICT. Curriculum in technical universities and polytechnics. We create a raw material data exchange for industry and wide humanities. Look at how to trace it. That's a cocoa farm from my village. You will have to first harvest it, transport it, check for the quality check, and anything happen to it in each of these bags, it has its own ID. The farmer ID is there, where it's coming from. That's why they say, don't buy ice fish coming from so village. I was told what they use feeding the fish. His dead body is corpse from mortuary. They stamp it and send the body in advance. After that, the bag is identified. The driver ID is there, departure time, arrival time. The quality check, what happened? The bag ID, inspection ID, moisture content, defense, great. And quality control certificate. By the time you get to Lagos, what happened? You'll be able to know whether something, the quality has changed. Then you should have what we call quality assurance department. Once you arrive, the quality assurance, look at this, they say the seal is okay, nothing happened to it. This one is have been tampered with. Automatically the team will move it to there. They call it second quality. If they want to accept, they sell it 50% of the price. Trifecta of AI, IoT, and blockchain. Blockchain, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, IoT, they come together to maximize the delivery of raw materials from the source through the transmission line link, which we call transportation link, down to the warehouse before it is exported. Your action plan. You must set a target. Develop implementation timeline. Train and retain employees. Most of you must go for capacity building training. Have another unit that will be enforcing the compliance. And then you look at the mandate that established this. You have about 8. And what is the actual goal you need to follow? Then digitized supply chains with IoT sensors, GPS, and cloud dashboard. Adopt blockchain platforms for transparent sourcing and fair trade verification. Train workforce in AI-driven analytics and smart logistics. Promote PPP. We all know what is PPP. Public-private partnership. Public-private partnership. The government will collaborate with investors to achieve joint objectives. Establish RODC Digital Innovation Hub for pilot testing, smart supply chain models. In all, employees that are staff members, industries, people in academia, when they come together, they will come up with something that will guide the local farmer. Apart from research and development, you can guide farmers on the way to go about. You can even recommend the type of seedlings that should be used. In those days, they give out fertilizers to peasant farmers. So after that, what then? Do you do a follow-up? You must have what we call field demonstrators. Those field demonstrators will tell you what to do. Like if you want to get money from Apple, they will come and know where you are living. They give you the money. They assign an account officer with you. They will be monitoring what you are doing. No bank gives you money without coming to see whether you have a place, a landmark to identify you. So the farmers that need to be educated, they will tell you what they have been doing, and that's all. So that is where we are going to end, and then we give room for questions and answers. Thank you very much.
Sir, that was a robust presentation from Professor Ogan Basi Igan. We need to now further questions from our participants, both virtual and on the spot participants. Please, if you have a question, sir. Any comments, sir? Yes, sir. So we'll now take questions, please.
Thank you so much, Prof. I'm so glad to be part of this lecture. Each time I have an opportunity to listen to the professor, I always pay rapt attention. And I don't always need that asking questions, but this is an academic exercise now. So I want to ask questions within scope and outside the scope. No blockchain technology, CS DOS. And I know one of the key advantages of blockchain is accountability and traceability. We know to adopt blockchain in raw material research, data is key. I want to go outside that area to ask another question. If I want to adopt blockchain technology in building a smart city, what are the possible areas of consideration? What am I going to look at? This just 10 minutes, so I can share and also gain from their expertise. Thank you. Yes.
You first understand what is blockchain. In my presentation, I said blockchain is just like a digital ledger. Whatever is there cannot be altered by any person without others knowing. Anything that is of confidential report for security and safety has to be kept in the user technology to for you to build a smart city. When you say a smart city, is it an urban center? Is it like Abuja coming out to have another smart city? What do you mean by smart city? A smart city, from what you are inferring, it means a city where everything must be automated. Wherever you are going, as you are leaving down to the airport, somebody knows that this car that is rented in Uber or Bolt is on its way to airport. And the number of people that are traveling are 6, and they say, as you now move, there will be a central database or a control room that is in charge of that smart system. That will say, yes, 20 vehicles have already left from the airport. It's already done in Heathrow Airport in the UK. They know the number of aircraft that are landing in a day. More than 500 will be in space there, waiting. Every 2 minutes one is landing. If you waste time, they are on your own. Every 2 minutes, planes are landing. So you use the smart system to monitor whatever you are planning. If the number of aircrafts are too much in a day, they can place 24 hours of in a day. How many minutes in 24 hours? How many aircrafts are going to land every minute? That is why if there is any word that bomb is official, millions of naira is wasted. So when you are planning a smart city using blockchain technology, it's possible because everybody must be aware of whatever you are doing at any particular time in both finance and security. It's possible. But Nigeria is here to go to that because of what? Security problem. We are not happy with ourselves. Nobody is happy. If you do secret voting now, tell somebody, do you want us to go on riot? What we are doing here is not good. Don't put it. You'll be surprised, 70% of the people will say, let's go on riot. Because their name is not there. I have done like that yesterday when I was teaching in the class. I said, traceability, information discussion. I am in my office. I don't whisper to one of the first people. Tell other neighbor, you are 20 in my office. And now the AC is not working effectively. This room is not enough for 20 people. But let him not be aware. Tell him that. Tell him. By the time the information comes to me, you know what I heard? We are hungry. What went wrong? It's discussion. So that is what we use in teaching communication. There must be discussion. Try it at home. Anyway, man, as you are now, if I whisper to you, tell me. By the time I'm getting the information, it's a different thing. So, blockchain is possible if we are ready for it.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, do we have more questions, please? Okay.
Okay, that was excellent one, Prof. Thank you. Speaking about blockchain technology, basically, as much as this service is towards digitalization, and most of these concepts are evolving. A few years ago, I developed an innovation, e-procurement system, which basically got an award. But then, at the level of implementation, there were issues because one, the handlers of procurement became very skeptical that the endorsement of the head of service of the project alone will make procurement processes so transparent because the smart contracts and also the administrators of that very innovation will remove contracting in the public service from the opaque system it is today to a very transparent model. And as such, there was a bit of resistance and a great bias by the authority. Now, having presented on blockchain, at this point, as an agency of government, how do we overcome this bias? Because have been issue looking at the institution of raw material having projects across virtually in all states. Let's assume that raw material has about 10 projects in each of the states. How do we use blockchain to overcome these barriers that will be able to give data as required for easy supply chain management as proposed by the lecturer? Thank you.
Can we have more questions so Prof can just answer them at once? More questions, please.
Well, thank you for the elaborate lecture. I wasn't really here when you started, which is my fault. But I want to ask, are there, each time I hear about Internet of Things, AI, blockchain, supply chain, and things like that, it's all good things about them. I want to look at the other side of it and say, what are the drawbacks of this technology? Is everything about them just good? And again, I want to know, what are the ethical issues about these technologies? Thank you.
Welcome for your lecture. Very educated. You know, in the areas of raw materials research development, raw material research and development activities in Nigeria, there are some basic areas are the issue of processing and value addition. Then the issue of research and innovation. Like you have researchers, you have the industries, there is no linkages. So how can we leverage the technology to solve this problem, to make improvement in these areas, processing and value addition, the research and innovation? Thank you.
Thank you. Let me start with the first one. How to enforce blockchain acceptability. That is what I can get from you. Blockchain already is a threat. We have already cultivated corruption in Nigeria. Even the little child in primary school, nursery school, comes to the house to get some tips so that the child must be took. Her name or his name will be on the honors board. Number one, my child is always the best. By the time you carry out inventory about the behavioral pattern, it's always having tips from the family. So what are you expecting the child? I'm a lecturer. I'm not going to demarket my university. Especially most of these universities. What do we do? Attendance is 80% before you write exam. You see a child that is telling you, I will not be able to come to class. I'm positive. My mother left my father's university, so I'm just like training myself. I'm not able to. She said, can you send me a canon? I want to send 200,000 to you. Use it to buy a phone. It's not very empty. In fact, you have that fear. Okay. He said, I don't like that. Because you don't know who is going to talk with. By the time you send that around and he's telling you, the next person has that receipt. 3 weeks, this child is not in the school. Corruption has started. But now we have introduced the same blockchain then. Biometric. 830 capture. This is my own dashboard. Today, American Lawa. 8:30, the lecture started 7 o'clock. 8:30, and the 2 hours lecture, and I'm finishing by 9 o'clock. As you are teaching is at the back there with his phone, browsing, he's not interested in what are you doing? Forex. Training. At the end, you have 75% A. What went wrong? I've done my part as a lecturer. What went wrong was this boy can graduate. I know that he can never finish. It's something like that. It's the same thing in the civil service. The only way to achieve that one is continue to retrain, make awareness, attitude and behavioral change. Must start. In 1983, I was working in Nepal. That was the time that Nigeria was to be a better nation. During the time of Buhari and Idiamo, Brigadier Tunde Idiamo. You just said, what are the discipline? Everybody is this. P1. I'm talking about people who are in our age bracket. Just stand like this. The money is not there, but you are shaking. Just to buy essential commodity, we call it SMCO. Just go there and buy granite oil. Only one. Nobody should buy more than 2. But they don't want you to buy. If we had followed that direction, Nigeria would have been a better place. It takes time for you to introduce something. That is why in education we say from learn to learn. But how can you unlearn corruption? Which generation will help us? Nigeria is crying. We are in a deep valley. Everybody. So you need to keep talking. That is why the church, we come back and teach the correct values. This is value. You need to teach. Without that problem, someone is looking for application for employment. We want to use software to use shortlisting. He said, forget about that software. Because the software is saying second class honors upper division. First class, second class lower, right from 3.3 to 3.4, we take it. He said, no, forget about this. You bypass the blockchain technology. There is one thing, transparency. Once you shortlist, the director general has seen this. Directors know that second class copper materials out of 50 shortlisted. But you say it's network failures and network failure, you do it manually. The problem is ours. So you keep on training people, preaching, the DJ will now talk, escalate it to the directors will be talking, and making a policy system, and then award. You do award. The second one, IoT, AI, and blockchain, the disadvantage. Yes, so many people are out of the job. Like in where I'm working now, they just introduced God. So they are training us on how to use smartphone. Whiteboard marker is gone. It's a disadvantage. All the bookshops all around, they are in trouble. That chalk is gone. Is it not so? No more blackboard. Look at where we are now. You just do like this. Press it. So wipe on it. You can produce 1,000 of this space in the writing. Clean. It's a disadvantage. The job for 50 people now is only 10 people. Maybe 10 is too much. The HR, the manager, secretary, forget about admin staff. What are you doing admin staff? Because they will have what we call filing clerk. Is it not so? The work is not filing clerk. Why do you need a filing clerk? You need security. How many take at the gate? Why? The CCTV is there. Then processing and value addition in smart technology. Yes. You can visit peasant farmers who are trying to produce only 3 basins of garri to feed. What about dryer? There's one I came out with. I think I sent it at one time. Smart dryer. Anything you want to dry, I'm using solar. Just calculate the quantity of electric power that you need to dry fish. Smoked fish is better than ice fish. Smoke it, use dryers. Not oven any longer with charcoal, which was done using coal. But now it's solar panels. Put the correct inverter, you preserve it. What about tomatoes? Tomatoes are wasted. Go to Buhari market, where I'm coming from. As you are plantain. Some people who are managing high blood sugar, they don't like to take unripe plantain. But after buying for 4 days, what happened to them? It changed color. Their money is wasted, but that's not what you want. So you can use smart technology. Peel it, dry it in solar power oven, and preserve it. That's what my wife used to do. I can't remember the day I ate garlic. So the former I'm not eating garlic. What I eat is plantain, unripe one, form of flour. Chop it, turn it like a pan or like I'm already using it much. Take it all water. What are the cost of apple? Now it's 800 and 700. I don't buy like 4. I pick and drink. I'm on my own. Darling egg, I don't miss it. That greenish one. That is how to do it. You must preserve with technology. That's the only way out. Because you keep on warming your soup, 2 days, 3 days, it's gone. The best thing is to preserve it by drying. Thank you.
A round of applause for Prof again. So I'd like to call on Prof. John Bucket, essay to the DG CEO, and also the facilitator of this program to introduce the DG for his final comments. A round of applause for him, please.
All right, thank you very much. I think this is not part of the protocol, basically, but then because of the honors that rest upon the lecture series team, in the sense that the next lecture that will be held on the 6th will have no other person than our esteemed DG to be the guest speaker. Please. So that's why we are using this medium to begin the publicity for that lecture and also participation of our stakeholders across board and also the participation of the state offices as directed. We need everyone in raw material that believes in the leadership and the vision that is transforming this council at this point to participate in the lecture, and the date is Thursday, 6th of November 2025. And that lecture will herald the celebration of our DG in another dimension. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our DG for his final comment at this point. Thank you very much.
Anyway, just to wrap up this, Prof, thank you very much. Thank you so much. I'm not going to comment on your presentation. My people have made a lot of beautiful comments and they have also answered correctly. I also want to comment on the quality of the nutrition. You know, the plantain, with an egg, with apple. I'm going to adopt it. So maybe after this I'm coming. Because I look at you, I look at myself. I said, no, so there must be something you're doing there or not doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for that closing remark. We have come to the end of the program. May we rise for the pledge as our closing prayer, please. One, two, go, the pledge.
Okay.
Please, you allow the senior, the DG and the senior management out. Please don't forget that we are taking our group photograph outside. The DG and the senior management can proceed before the participants, please. Thank you very much. I do have a lovely afternoon.
Okay, we are going. Okay.
Obi.